Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are unpacking an absolutely mind-bending thesis that connects some incredibly diverse dots. Imagine drawing a straight line from modern billionaires and artificial intelligence right through ancient prophecies and straight into the unseen dimensions of our universe. It's a lot to wrap your head around, so let's dive right in and see how these vastly different worlds collide. Part 1: Modern Tech and Ancient Prophecies. So, to kick things off, our source draws this really jarring parallel between a modern technological promise and a very ancient warning. Take a recent quote from Elon Musk in The Economist, for example. He boldly predicted that AI is going to usher in an age of amazing abundance, basically this utopian future with infinite resources, where labor is completely optional and there's no real need for money. Sounds great, right? But what happens when we contrast this modern promise with a much older text? While the source points us to a 1400-year-old warning found in Islamic eschatology, it's a hadith describing the Dajjal, or false messiah. According to this text, the Dajjal arrives offering an artificial paradise, literally commanding the sky to rain and the earth to grow crops for his followers, while heavily starving his critics. The overlap here is honestly striking. Both of these visions present a sudden, boundless, artificial abundance that entirely reshapes human society. Part 2: The Cosmic Dream and Portal. So, where exactly is all this abundance supposed to go down? The source transitions over to the geographical heart of this whole mystery. There are popular Judeo-Christian eschatological claims suggesting that right around 2024, a dimensional doorway, like a stargate, is going to open near Ezekiel's temple in Jerusalem. The belief here? It ushers in global abundance, sure, but it also demands strict global submission to a new rule. You can see how the parallels to the Dajjal prophecy are pretty hard to ignore. And what's super fascinating is just how laser-focused this geography actually is. All three major Abrahamic religions point to one specific, currently sealed structure, the Golden Gate on the Temple Mount. Judaism anticipates the Messiah's entry right there, Christianity is waiting for Jesus' return there, and Islam places its final cosmic prophecies at this exact same threshold. You've got to ask yourself, why does everyone agree on this one single sealed doorway? To answer that, the source brings in the renowned historian Karen Armstrong and her analysis of Jacob's dream, the famous heavenly ladder. Armstrong suggests this wasn't just a dream at all, but the actual establishment of an axis mundi. This is a literal cosmic center where heaven, earth, and unseen dimensions intersect. The blueprint for this interdimensional crossing point, the source argues, was permanently mapped onto Mount Zion. Part 3: The Modern Science of Portals. Okay, let's set ancient scriptures aside for just a second and look at modern theoretical physics. How could a portal actually work in the real world? Well, the physics already allows for it. Back in 1935, Einstein and Nathan Rosen established the math for an Einstein-Rosen bridge, which we usually just call a wormhole. Imagine space-time as a flat piece of paper. You fold it so two really distant points touch, and you punch a hole right through. Mathematically speaking, traversing incomprehensible distances is entirely possible. But what if something isn't just traveling across our universe, but actually coming from outside it? Enter M-theory, which suggests our universe has up to 11 dimensions. Our 3D reality is basically just one membrane. This means higher dimensions aren't necessarily billions of light years away from us. They could be hovering right next to you, separated by a microscopically thin membrane. In that context, a stargate would simply be a geographic coordinate where this dimensional membrane is at its absolute thinnest. Part 4: The Quran and Cosmic Pathways. Now, having laid out the physics, our source connects this right back to the mathematical structure of the Quran, and the linguistic overlap here is incredible. Surah Al-Mu'minun mentions 7 pathways above us, using the Arabic word tariq. But tariq doesn't mean empty space. It actually translates to layered tracks or arranged dimensional highways. It perfectly echoes the modern scientific consensus of a multi-layered, multi-dimensional universe stacked right above our physical reality. And the comparisons really just get more fascinating from there. In astrophysics, wormholes inherently involve extreme time dilation, meaning time moves differently depending on gravity. Over in theology, specifically Surah Al-Ma'arij, cosmic travel is described where one day equals 50,000 years. The source argues this isn't just a poetic metaphor. It's a literal mathematical description of time dilation outside our local cosmic boundaries. Let's zoom in on that specific number for a second: 50,000. The text says this is the pathway of angels, which are beings made of pure light. For a being traveling at the speed of light, compressing a 50,000-year journey into a single day perfectly describes traversing a 50,000 light-year distance through a cosmic shortcut. The theology and the physics are basically describing the exact same mechanic. Part 5. Who travels these paths? So, if these pathways actually exist, who or what can survive passing through them? According to the source, the thermodynamics of these portals involve immense gravity and radiation. Angels, as pure light, and souls, as pure energy, can pass freely. But humans, made of physical matter, and jinn, made of plasma, they would be instantly destroyed by the extreme physical forces of these higher dimensional highways. Because physical matter gets destroyed, humans generally only traverse these pathways as pure energy, as souls. The source outlines this life cycle. We travel them at birth, when the soul descends, and again at death, when we leave our biological spacesuits behind. The only earthly exception to this rule? Certain Sufi traditions document rare, out-of-body spiritual travel, where the soul alone navigates these cosmic highways. Part 6. Dajjal and the Final Illusion. All right, this brings our narrative right back to the present day, exploring a dark geopolitical hypothesis regarding the Middle East. The source raises a really fundamental contradiction. If interdimensional travel absolutely destroys physical matter, how can certain eschatological prophecies expect a physical messiah to step right through the Golden Gate Stargate? If a biological body can't survive the portal, what exactly is expected to come through? To unpack this, the source impartially presents an esoteric concept known as the dark portal theory. According to this theory, if you cannot open a portal of light, you can theoretically use a localized environment of extreme violence, immense bloodshed, and concentrated negative energy as a massive occult ritual. This concentrated dark energy could theoretically tear open a dark dimensional gateway, allowing a demonic entity to enter our physical realm. And this leads to a truly chilling question. We all see the ongoing devastating violence in the Middle East on our news feeds every single day. The source asks us to consider this from an esoteric perspective. Is this just a tragic, conventional dispute over land? Or is there a hidden layer here? Could it be a deliberate cosmic ritual designed to manifest a dark entity, setting the stage for the Dajjal and that promised era of false AI-driven abundance? And that leaves us with a final, really provocative thought to chew on. As we witness the rapid advancement of AI on one hand and the ancient stones of Jerusalem on the other, are the conflicts playing out right now on Earth actually being orchestrated across unseen dimensions? It's the kind of perspective that really demands we look far beyond our physical world and question the true hidden nature of our reality. Thank you for joining me on this explainer. Keep questioning and keep learning.